few issues before I read my statement. So firstly, I want to say that in the course of the campaign and in various media that I was interviewed, I said that the election had two components. There was the part that had to do with the people, and there was the part that had to do with the process. And as a party, our logo being Papa, Mama, we said that it was extremely important to us to firstly go to the people. And this is what we did. We went to the people. It took a while because we felt the people were despondent, the people were disappointed as a result of their experience in past elections. There was a trust deficit. However, we worked hard and tried very hard to get them buy-in for them to come out again and participate in the electoral process, because that's the only way democracy can thrive. And on many occasions I was asked, and I said confidently that we have a good news. But my only fear was the process. I was asked many times, and that was always my answer. Because indeed, what I gone around, as an aspirant, I've gone around the state 3 times. As a candidate, alongside our deputy governorship candidate, we have gone around the state at least twice. And we have heard from the people, and people were with us. We were ostensibly with us. We have gone with our leader, with our lead, 23 senatorial zones, and Dorothy also came to support the campaign. But we got it wrong. What is very wrong? The people may have been with us before election day. But on election day, the people crumbled in the face of massive inducement. The people crumbled in the face of an unprecedented deployment of public funds used to induce them. Their own money, actually, unbeknownst to them. Their own money. They were giving their own money to buy their own votes. Yes, there was manipulation. Yes, at the later stages of the election, later in the day, definitely, people fiddle with numbers. But I will be first to say that fiddling with numbers was carried out on a foundation of transactional election. It was what we call in the corporate law, we call it willing seller and willing buyer. There was the willing seller and the willing buyer. On Saturday, we must call a spade and not just a static implement. It was on the basis of this transactional process that any other shenanigans could take place. They could fiddle with numbers later in the day, but they already had what was the foundation. And very early in the day, it was clear that Labour Party was not in that transaction. Not only do we not have the wherewithal, we don't have the money for that kind of exercise, but we are not so inclined. We are not inclined to go and buy votes from the people. So from get-go, from the starting blocks, we were out of the process. Because the rules of the game had been established by those who were buying and those who were selling. And we did not have what it took to participate in the process. Ladies and gentlemen, I lost in my own unit. Now, if I don't get money, at least I get money to buy the vote for my own unit. If that was supposed to be the objective. Indeed, as I got into the car, after casting my vote, I was approached by members of the team, very worried, very concerned about the going form. And they tried to tell me that when in Rome, I should behave all their own camp. And I said to them, I will not participate in anything like that. I will not buy any vote. If the people want to sell their votes, that's so big. So Labour Party have been excluded by the people from that process on election day, and they decided to embrace their captors. They decided to embrace their captors, PDP and APC, and now became a contest for the highest bidder. That is what happened on Saturday. Again, like I said, yes, further down the road, you might question the original numbers, you might question the overall numbers, but if there was no vote buying at the beginning, we would not have even got to that point. It provided a foundation for any other underhanded methods, intimidation, use of the security forces, and all of that. But the foundation was a decision by the people. Not all will not tell everybody with the same brush. Indeed, we're going to give kudos to those who came out, voted their conscience, and went home. But there are two groups of people who will have to share the blame for what happened on Saturday. Those who stayed at home. Because voter apathy is, I think, the greatest impediment to a successful democratic process. Those who stayed at home, that was a choice by itself, not to come out. Then those who came out with a mercantile mindset. Indeed, what broke my heart on Saturday was news from certain polling units that the voters were the ones asking, what is the going rate here? You can't give us 5,000 here. They are giving 10,000 there. That crushed me inside. Because for me, that just told me that we have not even hit the bottom yet, we are still going down. And you begin to ask yourself, what could have gotten our people to this level? Somebody said to me, poverty. I said, no. I've been to India at least 5 times. I have seen poverty at a level that you cannot even imagine in Nigeria. But I have watched Indian elections year on year. I have never heard that the people of India are selling their votes. You know the Indian election, you can't finish it in 1 month. It goes on and on. But the result was complete. Because that is their tradition. It is in their DNA. So we have to ask ourselves, what is in our own DNA? I heard a story from a news center of a man called.
Hello, and thank you for joining me. Currently going to do an interview on News Central, and I decided that if I'm going to do the live anyways, let me just come live here. So you are the first to join. You're the only one right now. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure talking to you. And let's see how the interview goes. We're going to be talking about Edo elections anyways. And I will also do a video, like a comprehensive video about what I think.
The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has announced Monday who will be All Progressive Congress as the winner. The victory is not just for Monday Who is also marks a significant comeback for the APC in Edo State. Recall that the APC lost power in Edo State in 2020 when the incumbent governor, Godwin Obaseki, defeated the PDP defected, to the PDP due to internal conflicts which stemmed from a fallout with his predecessor, Adam Oshiomhole.
While Obaseki campaigned vigorously for Ighodalo of PDP, Oshiomhole played a crucial role in supporting OKPEBHOLE during his campaign. As Oshiomhole celebrates the win, Obaseki has claimed that the electoral process was marred by impunity and reckless disregard for processes and law.
Dear good people of Edo State, in the last few months, the various political parties have embarked on very rigorous campaigns to sell their respective candidates for the office of governor to the people of Edo State.
Obaseki is talking about irregularities. Somebody that literally destroyed everything about democracy in Edo State.
On the people
PDP and APC, I've said it before and I keep saying it, they are the same.
When this power is
they are both a threat to democracy.
It's not just a tragedy, but a travesty of democracy. Regrettably, the outcome of the September 21st governorship election appears to have done of the institutions that are supposed to protect them.
Joining us now is Nigerian political activist who was on ground to monitor the elections and will be giving us her own observations. We're talking about Aisha. Yesufu. Good morning. Thank you very much for joining us.
Hello, good morning, and thank you so much for having me.
All right. You're in Benin City and you follow the elections closely. The governor says that it's a travesty. He says that the will of the people has been snatched. From what you observed, did it look like that? And what are your thoughts about the elections in Edo State?
Yeah, it looked like that. But the thing is that both the APC and the PDP partook in that travesty. And the only reason why Obaseki is coming out to talk now is because he was outbidded and outrigged. That's just, in essence, what happened. Just to quickly talk about the fact that I'm really surprised at the fact that Governor Obaseki is talking about, democracy and democratic principles when he, in his 8 years, in government knows what he has done. It's not yet 8 years, almost 8 years in government knows what he has done in terms of shredding everything about democracy. We see what he did with the state houses of assembly when he refused to swear in 4 of them. We see what he did with the impeachment of his deputy, governor. We saw what he did also by refusing to swear in 3 out of the 8 justices that he was supposed to have sworn in. But let's put that aside. Focusing on the elections that happened. In the words of Olumide Akpata, on the 21st of September 2024, it wasn't an election that happened, it was a bidding war. And this bidding war was done by both APC and PDP. We saw outright open buying of votes. We know that both the APC at the national level and the PDP at the state level have impoverished the people. They have ensured that poverty has become the portion of the people, and they weaponize that poverty to be able to buy votes cheaply. We saw a situation whereby both of these parties on either side of them, because like I said in one of the tweets that I did, if you take the result of some of the APC results and if you look at the result sheet from where APC is strong or where PDP is strong or something like that, you see it's almost a mirror image of each other, where you're having almost 90% of voters coming out. You're having high numbers, and then you're putting 1-0, whatever, for Labour and the other things. So they came together. APC and PDP are the same party. Let's not mince word about it. Obaseki, I'm sure, is already probably picking up his form to go back to APC and become one of that big family that he is. Philip Shaibu yesterday was just in PDP. Now he's celebrating the fact that APC has won. And so, yes, there was that. There was also voters' apathy. A lot of people, did not come out. The turnout is abysmally low in terms of physical presence, in terms of going around the polling unit. But when you come to the paper, the turnout is something else. We're seeing 90-something% turnout in some of the result sheets that are out there. And I give you one example. There was one, I can't remember the polling unit precisely now. It said about 1,008 voters are registered at that polling unit. And guess what? 1,006 came out to vote, and 1,004 voted for APC, and then 2 voted for PDP, according to this result sheet, this questionable result sheet, and there was nothing for other this thing. That's almost like 99 or almost like 99%, voters turnout. Where do we ever have that in Nigeria? Where do you ever get that happen? Especially this particular time where there was so much apathy. A lot of people didn't turn out. And one of the things I would say to the people that didn't turn out is congratulations. They used your ballot paper, because if you're registered, ballot papers will be sent in and they'll be used, and they were able to use it to rig.
So we spoke with, representative from Yaga Africa this morning, and one of the things that she mentioned, along with, report on ground, was that the vote buying, wasn't just with the two major parties. They also accusing the Labour Party of vote buying. So is this true from what you observed?
No, absolutely not. And why I will tell you that it's not true. If we were going to engage in vote buying, definitely there's no harder. We didn't have enough money to have paid people 100,000 at Olumide Apacha's polling unit. While he was there, and this was something he has also mentioned, while he was there, the vote buying was going on. And he knew one of the supporters would come to him like worried, at least let there not be shame. He was like, no, whatever, we need to see what things are. He's not going to partake in that criminality. If we're going to buy votes, definitely we would have bought out the votes and show up the numbers and really have that good fight that everyone was going to fight. But I don't. That's not factual. Let her recheck again and see the people who partook in vote buying, and it was APC and PDP. It's there. It's the police have caught some of their people out there that partook in this both on both sides. So there's no vote buying that came from Labour Party.
And the Labour Party as well, I think it was very shocking to see the disparity between, or the difference between the numbers that have been, said to be the numbers for the PDP, the APC, and the Labour Party with about 22,000. Did this come as a shock? And, what steps will the Labour Party be taking regarding?
So the thing is this, I love the way you put where it says said to have come, because that's just what it is, said to have come. This election, this Edo election, I can tell you that it's not just about a gubernatorial election. It's about the two the two Siamese twins that we have, APC and PDP, and an idea of a third force, of another party daring to be an opposition. So as far as they are concerned, whatever that can be done to kill any notion of third force will be done to kill any notion of third force. If they have to come together, if they have to share the votes, okay, you're stronger, we'll take this, you take that, because they did that also with the 2023 presidential election, which came as a shock to them, the way people came out and stood out. So it's not about the party itself, that, the party didn't have what it was supposed to have. This is the fact that there are two parties who believe that the only people who are supposed to stand for election are the people that they put forward, whether they are good or they're not good. And Nigerians must always remain at the point where they are choosing the lesser evil, or between the devil and the Red Sea. They want Nigeria in that perpetual state so that they can continue to give the incompetence they want to give. And you are forced to go from one of them or the other. And they know they can move fluidly. They know.
Of course, watch all of this happen. Would you be expecting Labour Party to go to court to challenge the credibility of the election?
Well, I think that will be for the party to decide itself whether they're going to do that, and for the candidate to decide itself. But I think this, for me as a Nigerian citizen, I think it should worry every one of us, the electoral process that we have right now and what is going on. And for me, let me just add something also to say that we saw what happened in Imo State, where violence and intimidation was used, and APC did the same thing. We saw what happened in Kogi State, where violence and intimidation was used, and APC, got to put its result the way it wanted to put it. We saw the fact that result sheets had been written. Even in this election, there were quite a number of places in Edo State where people were caught with already result sheets that were already filled. These are places where the incumbents were already APC. Now coming to PDP, to Edo State, the incumbent is not APC, it's PDP. So there was a grand power, and the federal might and the state might were warring at each other, and they probably saw that intimidation and violence was not going to work, and then they went through the route of vote buying, massive vote buying. We have Ondo election coming up, we have Anambra election coming up. We've already seen the menu, the blueprint that APC has on ground. It wants to turn itself to a one-state party. And at this moment, I think it's critical for every Nigeria, if we really want a nation that works for everyone, if we don't want our lives where it is right now to depreciate, for the bad governance to worsen, insecurity to worsen, Nigerians need to stand up. Because at the end of the day, what they do is that they continue to impoverish the people. And when they impoverish the people, it makes it cheaper for them to buy, the votes of the people that they want to buy. In some places, they bought votes as low as 5,000 naira. In 2016, they were buying votes like 10,000. How many years later, about 8 years later, they were now buying some 5,000, 10,000. So the more the people are impoverished, the more the people are in poverty, the more they are able to, weaponize that poverty and use it. And so here we are, where it is not one man, one vote. It is not free, fair, credible election. It is who are the people who are going to bring money, and they have the money, the what do you call it now? The money of the people to use to pay the people and take away the votes. And that should worry every one of us.
So I completely hear you when you talk about weaponized poverty. I think it was one of our biggest concerns because we haven't had as bad a time in our country as we're having now. And if buying votes or vote buying has been in existence for years, we wondered if, we're not surprised that this year wasn't an election. But I do think that, I heard you say that Nigerians need to stand up if they're going to be sure that we're not going to go into worse levels of poverty. But the question is, what will standing up look like? Because it would seem that protests are not allowed, and it would seem that a number of Nigerians are losing faith in the electoral system. So what would the picture of standing up look like?
Okay, so the first thing I'll say for those who are losing faith is to say to us, it's not going to get easier. The people who are out there to destroy Nigeria are very tenacious. And so when people say they are losing faith or they don't want to do anything, they don't want to participate in the election, everything, I say to them, you're already participating. Even when you're either participating actively or you're participating passively. So that's the mindset that we need to have. And right now, with the kind of medical discovery that I have, people are going to be here in Nigeria for the next 50 years, 60 years. Some people are going to live for the next 60 years. And it's going to keep worsening if we don't do the needful. So what does standing up look like? Standing up means we begin to call our representatives at the National Assembly to say there needs to be a new electoral act. There needs to be amendment. There needs to be situation whereby there are stringent rules, things that are put there. It doesn't mean that the politicians that are used to this thing, the normal political class that we have, they will find their way of going around it. But before they find their way, it goes through. So you nip up a lot of things. Another thing, standing up will mean that INEC, whoever it is that heads INEC, the INEC chairman or chairwoman or whatever it is, should not be someone that is appointed by a Nigerian president. We must get a situation whereby the independence that is in INEC should not only be the I that is in their name, that they are absolutely and truly independent. We must have a situation whereby Nigerians are standing up and saying to their lawmakers, finding a way that indeed people who are put in to be INEC commissioners are not card-carrying members of any political party or supporters of any political party. They must be people who are non-partisan, who are going to be unbiased. Standing up with... Hello? Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, we did get to see, there were those allegations, from the REC, Mr. Noah being cousins with Nyesom Wike, and of course, one of the national commissioners for Edo State also being an APC member, allegedly. But before we go, I want you to quickly just speak on Edo North. You are from Edo North, I believe. And that's, where it seemed to have given the APC its largest voting, numbers. What are your quick reactions to that? Is that mostly because of the influence of Adam Soshomole as a former governor? Or is there any other reason Edo North, voted en masse for the APC?
So in the case of Edo North, something went on. First of all, I'm ashamed of the fact that there was massive, vote buying. People were selling their votes. And then there is that influence of Adam Soshomole, where he has kept the people, sort of like oppressed and continues to use that power, that undue influence negatively. The other thing also is the fact that Governor Obaseki, the deputy governor, I think the court have restored him now. Philip Shaibu is from Edo North. And PDP, knowing fully well that the Edo North was not even on the ticket of the PDP and APC on their ticket. He did everything. He impeached him in such a manner that that democratic principles were not adhered to. And so, first of all, this is someone you don't have a donut in the on the ticket. You decided that you're going to impeach the person that they had there. Of course, there are going to be anger. Then the issue of the PDP head also from the Edo North, there were issues. The PDP had been divided, and it was so much easier for people to be disillusioned and not even come out. And then the ones that came out, their votes were bought. But as an Edo North person, I will tell you, I am absolutely ashamed that my people decided that 5,000, 10,000 was more than what their lives will be. Like our people will say, "Uno tonora, no tonora, don't ezela kemile here, malamie."
I like that. Please, can you help us translate that before you go?
Well, I said it's like when they say their mouth was itching them, scratching them, and because of that, they decided to sell their future for 5,000, 10,000. We will see how it goes. That's like what I said.
All right. Aisha, Yesufu, thank you very much for joining us and for speaking with us this morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. More conversations this morning. Quite a heartbreaking one, really, to see that again.
Okay. Yes. That's it for that. Let me bring this up. Who was this one? The son, Oga. Yes. We are not talking about Jesus or anyone here. I don't know what's your stress. Please, let's what do I put it? Let's focus on conversation. Religion has been weaponized. The biggest problem we have. Why can't I see myself? Okay. Sorry everyone. I just couldn't see myself, so I had to turn it. For me, I think people just talk about religion, bringing religion into everything and whatever. Religion has been weaponized. Let's keep religion. Whatever you want to believe in is your personal business. If you want to believe in God, it's your personal business. You don't want to believe in God, it's your personal business. You want to be Muslim, it's your personal business. You want to be Christian, you want to be atheist, you want to be Buddhist, you want to be Jew. It's your freaking personal business. Keep it there, I beg. I don't know what's wrong with people and all of this religion thing that we talk about. Okay, you can't see me. I don't know what's happening. Oh my goodness. I can't see you. What's happening? That was even me, it was blank before. That's why I turned it. Flesh. Oh, Seth, thank you so much. Thank you. Sani Kayode, thank you so much. A lot of people. Caleb. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Salam Silvana. Jaden. Okay, we've heard. God bless you. Well done. We are currently talking about, Edo election and the thing that just went on with Edo election. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I tell you one thing. This is the blueprint. APC wants to be a one-party state, and PDP thinks they are aligning with them, although they are the same party. Why am I even saying this thing? And a lot of people that say, oh, they're gonna this Edo election, they thought they were part of those at the table. They didn't know they were the dinner. It was a matter of who had more money to pay and who could outrig more. That's just it. The only reason why PDP they are crying foul now is because they were outraged. They were outraged. They were outbidded. Yes. Billions were brought in and spent. How many? Hope Uzodinma was in Edo State. How many governors came on the eve of the election? They came in to come and give their whatever and say, oh, they're going to take back Edo. And apart from that, also, you did hear, and I think I mentioned to forget that during this interview that I just did, where Tinubu had said before that he was going to use his power as president, an illegitimate president, by the way, as president, to give Edo back to APC, and that's exactly what he has done. And you find, for me, a lot of people are out there, they are crying, they're saying, yeah, goodness, English, you are very right. Wallahi, they are not hungry yet. That's why I'm telling people we must do tough love. The person that bought vote, you will now come and meet me that I should sell. I know I should come and pay your children's school fees or buy food or you're hungry or whatever. I'll tell you to go and meet the people you sold your votes to. That's as simple as ABCD. And so here we are, people just out there, and he said he was going to give Edo to his party people, and he has done that, and that's what they want to do with we have Ondo election coming, we have Anambra election coming. This is what is going to play out. Or otherwise, if there are incumbent governors, what they're going to do is that they will play a deal with the APC to say, okay, allow me to stay on and do that. Okay, somebody is saying I should fix my video. Okay, I don't know. Okay, that's my video. I don't know what's going on. Please fix your video. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I can't see you. Oh my goodness, I can't see you. People are saying they can't. Oh wow, people are saying they can't see me as well. So maybe I cannot see. Okay, then I think what's gonna happen, I'm just gonna stop the stream. I think something happened because I can see myself on the screen, but apparently people are unable to see me. So sorry about that. I'll find time to do. I will sit down and do a video on this whole Edo election. Thank you so much for joining. Bye.
Thank you. I go by the name Black Mamba. Don't forget, I thank God for my subscribers, my phone, and my sub. If you like, if you comment, if you subscribe, I'll keep thanking God for you. I love you all.